Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, welcome welcome to the Ablesys webinar. Ron here, and I'll be glad to look at the different signals from recently with AbleTrend's guidance chart, which is the two time frames we combined into one chart. And we'll take a look at where you buy, sell, put your stop loss, and when you don't trade at all. Sometimes it's just as important knowing when not to trade as it is knowing when to trade, because the software kind of recognizes some choppy markets coming up or high risk. You'll be in a no trade zone, and that's very important. Certainly, when the markets get like that, and we definitely going to have some losing trades too. So I don't ever want to mislead anyone. I'll guarantee you that's for sure. They'll be losing trades. There's no perfect system, and we would never make a ridiculous claim like that. But at the same time, I think you'll find that the losses will be much smaller than the winning trades. And usually, especially if you're intraday trading, there's usually one, sometimes two good moves a day. We'll get there'll be some losing trades, but the whole key is to just follow the rules and be like a robot. That's the key. It's hard to do because not everybody can do that, and that's why trading isn't for everyone. Otherwise, the whole world would just be sitting at a computer, and it would be that easy. It's not. It's the emotional part that gets to everyone, and that's the biggest hurdle that people have to get over is winning and losing. I mean, no matter how many trades there are, you have to take all the trades, because who knows before it's going to happen which one are going to be the best ones. Obviously, if we knew that answer, well, you'd never have a loser. It would be too easy, and it's not, because of, again, the emotional part. But if you could set your emotions aside and just be very robotic about it, wow, you've got a chance to make a lot of money. Proven 20 years it's been working, not a lucky year, a lucky week, a lucky month. I mean, anybody who's had the ability to just block out their emotions and take the trades, they're doing very well. And I've got hundreds of emails from people who can do that and are making a lot of money. But again, it's just not for everybody, because not everybody can do that. And that's why it's just not for trading. It's just not for everybody. And that's okay. It's okay. That's fine. It's not, certain things are not for everybody. And again, that's perfectly fine. So let's jump in and see. Here's an Apple daily, weekly chart. Nice chart here, as far as how to kind of teach you and show you what we're looking at, because this is the beginner webinar, so we've got a lot of newer people here, and I take it a little slower and keep it a little simpler. The advanced webinar we do for people who have the software on Thursdays, and I go into some little extra strategies that I don't have to, I can run through them quickly, and everybody will know what I'm talking about. Because they've already have the software, so they know what I'm talking about when I go into some of the finer points of things. But what we're looking for is red X, red small dot, and a red price bar. The first time they all come together, which is right here, that's when you want to go short or buy puts if you're an option trader. And by the way, it's the same colors and dots and the exact same rules and guidelines, whether this is a Euro chart or a corn chart or an Apple chart or an E-mini chart. It's exactly the same. Whether it's a day trading chart or a long-term chart, it's meaningless to the indicator. It works exactly the same for every market in the world and every time frame. So it doesn't favor anything. It's just a question of whatever you like to trade. To be a day trader, you must be in front of your computer all day long, because nobody knows when those big moves will come. However, between 12:30 and 2 o'clock Eastern time, we call that our dead zone, and we do not trade during that time. Going back thousands of trades, we found out that that's basically a break-even scenario. So, I mean, yeah, some days you might have won, but over the long term, and we're long-term serious. We're very serious traders. We take this very serious, and hope you do too, especially if you're trading money for a 1-month trial. I mean, it would almost be ridiculous to spend $100 and not take it serious. I mean, it's to your advantage to take it serious so that you can make money. I mean, that's what we're all here for. We're all in it together. Same software. We all use the same thing. We all get the same signal. So, just like I want to win, I know everybody else does too. And I love when I get those emails, when people do well. But the thing is, we're getting, we want to get the first time we get a red bar, red dot, red X. Simple enough. And we're going to stay short until we get 3 green bars in a row, or if the prices go above the red dots, like it did right here, and there would be the stop would be always at the second previous higher small red dot above the price. Let's assume we got stopped out there because we're shorting it up here at the close or the finish of that first red bar with the, and again, the combination of the 3 things coming together, red bar, red dot, red X. Otherwise, no trade. It's as simple as that. We're going to short it or buy puts here at about 215. You know, we're out over here a month later at 186. So that was a big time winning trade right there. Once you get stopped out, there's your sweet spot. You get right back in on the next red bar, red dot, red X combination. That means 3 different indicators, all using different calculations, all agree because they're all red, means it's going to go down, as well as 2 different time frames. The daily and the weekly agree it's going to go lower. So you've got a lot of odds stacked in your favor, and that's what we look for. That's why Able Trend is so low risk. We've got stop losses in place. Even if we lose, nobody ever gets beat up. Stop loss, by the way, goes like 1 point above the top of that red bar when we went short. Now here we're going short. This is the sweet spot, so we're going to put our stop loss on the second higher red dot above the price. Not the first one. That's a roadblock. That's resistance. That's called resistance. The red dots are resistance. They stop or block the prices from going higher. The red X's are the weekly, the higher time frame, which stop the prices from going higher. Blue bars and blue dots are the opposite. That's called support. They block or stop the prices from going lower. So we obviously want the blue dots there when we're buying, just like we want the red dots above the price when we're going short, because we want something there to block it. We don't want to get stopped out. And we obviously don't want to lose. So it's our protection. It's our protection. And then again, look how it goes nicely down until we're finally out of the trade here on the blue bar, blue dot. So if you had Able Trend a couple of months ago, you would have shorted Apple at 215, been out at 186. You pick up a pile of money there. Go back in again short at 175 and get out at about 157. We're talking some real money here now. You know, quite a, many thousands of dollars just trading one contract. We have clients who tell me they trade 50 contracts who use Able Trend. I don't ask. It's none of my business. That's what they tell me. That's some really serious money now. Now you're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm glad they have the kind of confidence in Able Trend. Blue bar, blue dot, blue X right there. We got this. If you had our software 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, you'd just gotten in on 172 with Apple and, at 186 today. So doing really, really well on just, probably the most popular stock in the world, Apple. Okay, now I'm going to jump in real quick on the E-minis because that's a big favorite of everyone's. So we're going to jump in on this one right here. And we're going to, very choppy morning, but boy, anybody who had the patience, again, as I mentioned, who has the patience to stay with it and not get discouraged, because that's the way the markets work. You and I, we can't control the markets. However, we just can take what they give us. And there's going to be days that are going to be choppy. But fortunately, we have no trade zones. Like no trade there, no trade there. This is the E-mini S&P. We've got a short trade right at the open because we got that combination we're looking for, and we don't trade before 9:30 open. So we've got red bar, red dot, red X. Everything is all perfectly aligned. Stop loss goes at the 1/2 a point. This is ES. NQ is 1 point above the top of the red bar. ES is 1/2 a point. And I will do a live one-on-one trading session with you. If you don't have Able Trend, you're thinking about getting it, you just got it, it's most important for your sake to do the one-on-one trading session because I want you to get your money's worth. I'm not selling you anything. There's nothing to sell. You already bought this. You already bought it. Whether it be a 1 month or 1 year, whatever. You bought a 1 month trial. I just want you to know the right way to use it, so if you can make the most money and get your money's worth out of the trial, just like I would want somebody to do for me. Well, I'll gladly do that for you. Here's your third green bar. We put the stop loss just a little above that, 1/2 a point above that top of that green bar. We took it down, then we moved it a little lower, again, top of the green bar, and then finally we were stopped out right there. But it was about a break-even trade. Okay, no harm done. So now we're going to go short right here. There's that combination. Red bar, red dot, red X. Stop loss just a little bit above the bar. There's your third green. Just put your stop loss again, half a point above. And it was about a break even. Maybe we lost a quarter of a point. I mean, it was small money there. So we can live with that. By the way, anybody who didn't have Able Trend during that first hour, they got beat up more than likely because it was really ugly and choppy. And that's how I like to judge the software, Able Trend or anything else. Anything that I'm looking into, and again, I put myself in your shoes. You want to, look at something. I'm looking at something new. Let me judge it on a bad day, on a choppy market. When everything is going straight up, that's easy. Tell me about it when it's real choppy. Did you get killed like I did today? And I'm assuming this is actually somebody who called in, said, hey, I got killed today this morning. How'd you guys do? Well, we broke about even in the morning until about 11:23 or so when the market took off. And then we had a tremendous day today. 2 really big winning trades. But, we got chopped up a little bit earlier. But when I say chopped up, we broke even. So, that's not so bad. There's your triple confirmation sweet spot. There's your stop loss would be right there. Previous high red dot, and we stopped out there. So we picked up a point. I'm going to call it a break even. So the morning session, up into the first 2 hours, we broke even when most others got pretty chopped up, pretty bad. There's your third. There's your 3 green bar triple confirmation. A green bar, green dot, green X, triple confirmation. Stopped out, lost a point. Stop again was on the bottom of the blue bar, half a point below the bottom of the blue bar, and we were stopped out right there. Okay, so we lost really about a break even. But I call it a half a point loss because I like to exaggerate the losses. Not do like everybody else does and exaggerates the gains. I hate when they do that because it's just a big lie. I do the opposite. I exaggerate the losses. And there's your perfect triple confirmation sweet spot. Blue bar, blue dot, blue X, after the price pulled back down, hit the blue dots, tested support, bounced off of it, and the bars went from green to blue. Once that bar closes blue, that's a really low-risk trade when you got the odds greatly in your favor. That's when I love those sweet spots, especially when they pull back and bounce off the support. And then up and away it went from there, and that was a home run. Boy, that one worked out nice. Whew. Pretty cool stuff. There's your, we exited the trade. There's your third green bar, and we'd have been out right about there. Right about there. We were stopped out at 56.5. In at 49.5. That's 7 points. That's nice. That's 350 per one contract. Just one contract. That's 350 in an hour. That worked out nice. Okay, now we go into the dead zone. We don't trade between 12:30 and 2 Eastern. That'd be all in here we missed, which is good. Now, you might say, oh, you missed a big move down. Well, not really. I mean, it would have been about a 1 point winner because it eventually popped back up again and we'd have been stopped out and, wouldn't have been much there. But fortunately, look at this we missed. We missed this sideways, crappy stuff, for lack of a better word. Okay, now here's 2 o'clock. Obvious no trade zone there. We missed all of that choppiness, which 9 out of 10 days between 12:30 and 2 is just a waste of time. Good time to take a break. There's your triple confirmation. You're stopped out right about here because we're putting it again a little bit above that third green bar. Small winner. Again, I'll call it a break even. No trade. Small loser here. No trade. And then this one worked out nice. There's your triple confirmation sell signal. And down and away it went. If for any reason you missed it, or you just didn't see it, or you weren't paying attention, or whatever, you had another opportunity right there. That's a textbook sweet spot right there. Wow, that's just perfect. You dream of a chart of an Able Trend chart that looks like that when you're looking at that live. Red bar, red dot, red X, right up near the red dot. Here's the best part: 1 point risk. There's where your stop loss is. So even if you lose, you only had 1 point at risk. That's what Able Trend gives you: low risk, high profit potential trades. Not always going to work out. Today worked out nice. Picked up 7 points on the other trade there earlier. I think we had a 1 or 2 point. We would probably minus 1 point at that point. I'll even exaggerate to minus 2. and then we were stopped out right here, right near the end of the day. But that worked out nice. That was 10 points. It's actually 11, and I'm just going to call it 10. Now that's a $500 bill there, $500 winner in 40 minutes. That Able Trend gave me, you, and everyone else who has the software today and took this trade. Very clear cut, nothing to think about. Very obvious. Triple confirmation, perfect sweet spot. That's a $500 trade for just one contract. And I always keep everything very conservative, assuming everybody's just trading one. If you trade multiple contracts, you did really well. Let me just go through a couple, just a quick question, Ron. Break even on the ES? No, Alan. No, we were plus 7 in the one trade, 10 in the other, and then a couple of break evens, small winners, small losses. So, I'll conservatively say we were plus 15 points. So 15 times $50 a point, that's plus $750. And it's really a little bit more than that, but I'm kind of knocking it down a little, for slippage and commissions. And I'll even knock it down more. It's called plus 700 today. Trading just trading one contract, very conservatively. I'll call that plus 700. Rick says, how can you tell the corresponding price of the dots? Well, after looking at it literally every single day for 15 years, I can tell real easy by just looking at the scale on the side. But you can click on the cross or the plus sign up top here, Rick, and then just put your cursor right on it, and you can see on the right side 28.44 and a quarter. So we shorted it at 28.44 and a quarter, and Able Trend never said to get out until right there where we were stopped out. Previous higher red dot. And that would be at 28.34. So what I say over here was 44 to 34. Yeah, 10 points. That's $500. Real clear cut, real obvious. Just the chart was just screaming at me and you and everyone, who took that trade right here. I mean, you're looking at that live right there. I mean, you just drool over that. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see, which is what I've been talking about for all these years in these webinars twice a week. You just want to look for, that's exactly what you want to see. It's just perfect. Triple confirmation, 1 point at risk. That's sweet. Manhouse asking, how do you, options would be the 2 hour daily chart. This is perfect for 1 or 2 weeks out. And as you can see on our Costco trade right here, I talked about this last week, triple confirmation. No, it's not on there. It's right there. Triple confirmation right there, red, blue bar, blue dot, blue X. We're still in the trade from about a week and a half ago. You'd have bought calls at Costco at 228. You'd still be in the trade today at 237. Nice. Be up $9 on the price of the stock. That's pretty sweet right there. You got an option, you got a call option on that one, and we would, I would say go, at the money. You got an at the money call on that one. You're doing really well on this one. Yeah, Michael, that was a good one at 308. That's just, you wish every day could be like that, but you got to take advantage of those because you had the 2 real good moves here today, and you got to nail those because if you don't, then a bunch of the small losers kind of eats you up. Yes, sir. All right. Well, I hope this was helpful for everyone. Thanks for being here, and I'm always glad to help. Give me a call or email anytime.